FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. It's the Eagles and the Redskins. And welcome into another NFL broadcast here at Jammin' Sports. The 6-6 Eagles, the 4-8 Redskins. Evil Dead's going for the upset. He's going to take the Redskins -3. Interesting. And to answer K-Doggy's question, yes, they are in the sim. There's the opening kickoff. The Redskins will get it. Fielded by Reed at the 3-yard line over the 20-25. And bringing it back, Darrell Reed, the rookie out of Temple. A flag is down on the return. And this may be coming back for the Redskins. Legal block in the back on Brad Roan. That'll back it up. It'll be 1st and 10 Redskins at their own 21-yard line. Tampa Bay is in the sim, and Tampa Bay is currently in first place, albeit they're tied with Chicago and Detroit. All three of those teams are 7-5. It's a three-way tie in the NFC Central. 1st and 10. Sullivan looking. And Sullivan's going to get sacked. Back at the 17-yard line. A loss of 4 yards to be 2nd and 14. On the sack, number 93, I believe it was. I don't have a 93. We'll figure out who it was. 2nd and 14 from the 17-yard line. Sullivan to Ciali out to the 13-yard line. A loss of 4 yards. The Redskins are going backwards on this opening drive. Lawrence Moon making the tackle in his 4th year out of Navy. Remember now, in my NFL, the divisions are different. The divisions are like they were when there was 28 teams. Tampa Bay is in the NFC Central, with Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago, and Detroit like they used to be. Tampa Bay, Chicago, and Detroit are tied for first at 7-4. On 3rd and 18, Sullivan back. Sullivan throws downfield. It's caught by Swift. They're not going to get him. He's going to go all the way. Rashard Swift. Touchdown, Redskins. 87 yards. The defender fell down, and Swift was gone. The 4th-year receiver out of Alcorn State. An 87-yard touchdown by Rashard Swift. To a certain unruly fan. What fan are you talking about there, Evil Den? K-Doggy or my personal favorite? So the Redskins take a 6-0 lead. And now Mike Bragg will come on for the extra point. On the 3rd play from scrimmage, the Redskins score. Bragg for the PAT. The kick is up. And it's good. Redskins lead at 7-0. 6:50 left to play here in the first quarter. Live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland, Week 13, here at Jammin' Sports. Misty, Evil Dead just called you an unruly fan. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Yep. You're a Buccaneers fan. He called you unruly. And the Bucs aren't even playing right now. So the Redskins take a 7-0 lead. It didn't take them long. Yeah, she is an amazing cook. She made me fend for myself tonight, though. I had to cook for my own self. Well, she made me a waffle. Harper in the end zone, touchback. It'll be 1st and 10. When I walked in the door, what did you say? You'll have to fend for yourself. Caden Powell, the quarterback, in his second year out of Kentucky. Yeah, I'm fine. I made myself some popcorn shrimp, some hamburgers, some collard greens, and she made me a waffle. Should you send the Womblets? The Womblets. The Womblets. 1st and 10, Philadelphia from the 25-yard line. Redskins take a quick 7-0 lead. 3 receivers to the far side. Powell under center for the Eagles. 3-step drop, throws outside to Horn. And Joe Horn out to the 31-yard line, a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. 6:35 and counting here in the first quarter. Redskins up 7-0. It's all right. I can cook too. I'm not as good as she is, but I can cook. 2nd and 4 from the 31-yard line. Powell drops back, throws inside to Horn again, and Joe Horn out to the 44-yard line, a gain of 13 yards, and a Philadelphia first down. A nice day here in Landover, Maryland. 48 degrees at kickoff. Partly cloudy skies. Not bad for early December. It's like a heat wave on the East Coast. We had good weather in Foxborough. We had good weather in New York. We have good weather here. I'm sure we will see snow soon, though.
Yay!
Not today, but Misty goes, yay. She likes the snow games. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. 4 receivers wide, Powell in the gun. Powell to Elliott, and Robert Elliott out to the 48-yard line. That'll be an 8-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Eagles. Robert Elliott in his 10th year out of Pittsburgh. Redskins up 7-0, but the Eagles are now on the move. You wore a sweatshirt and sweatpants. It was cool today here in the Nashville area. We're only in the 70s today. On 2nd and 2 from the 48-yard line. Powell, play action, pitches to Wells, and Wells gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Dylan Wells, the rookie out of Iowa. Here's the Philadelphia offense. Up front, Chance, Ashmore, White, Williams, and Glessner. And then it's Horn, Andrews, Elliott, Crane, and Whitney. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Eagles. They'll have it at their own 40, or at the Washington 48-yard line. Redskins up. That was a shovel pass. 3 receivers to the far side. Powell to Elliott up the middle, and Elliott breaks the tackle, and he's got the first down to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5. First down, Philadelphia. These two teams did play earlier in the season. I need to find that game. Looking for it right now. I'm pretty sure they did. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the Redskin 43-yard line. Well, maybe they didn't. Still looking for it. Powell on 1st and 10. Throws downfield, caught by Whitney, all the way down to the 28-yard line. A gain of 15 yards to A.J. Whitney and a Philadelphia first down. The 5th-year receiver out of Nebraska. Well, I stand corrected. They're divisional opponents, but this is their first meeting, and it comes in week 13. They will play again in week 16 on the final week of the season. So a late home and home for the Redskins and the Eagles. Their first meeting of the year. On 1st and 10 from the 28, Powell back, throws incomplete. Let's look at the Redskins defense. They play a 3-4. Trickett, Ray, and Enoch up front. Linebackers, Kaufman, Foster, Wright, and Malott. And the secondary, Wallace, Wright, Cole, and James. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. Redskins up 7-0. Under 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Philadelphia trying to tie it up on their opening possession. Caden Powell, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Powell. And he gets sacked back at the 33. On the tackle, number 90. That's Matthew Enoch in his 6th year out of California. A loss of 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 5. Philadelphia comes in at 6-6, just 1 game behind the Cowboys. Washington trying to keep their very, very slim playoff hopes alive. 5 receivers set wide, Powell in the gun on 3rd and 15. Powell back. Powell steps up, looking, and gets sacked back at the 39-yard line. Mel Kaufman on the sack, number 55, in his 8th year out of Purdue. Another 5-yard sack. It'll be 4th and 20. And that pushes Philadelphia out of field goal range. The Cowboys play at Cincinnati later this week. And that'll be a tough game. The Bengals are a good team this year.
The favorite one, go to sleep.
Okay. The Eagles are going to punt on 4th and 20. Chris Snyder gets the punt away, and it's out of bounds at the 8-yard line. So the Eagles did something smart there. Instead of going for a 56-yard field goal, they punted, and they pinned the Redskins inside the 10. Most teams would kick a field goal there. So the Redskins will take over, 1st and 10. 2:57 left to play. We're here in the first quarter. Live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 13 here at Jammin' Sports. Kurt Sullivan, the quarterback, in his 9th year out of Florida State. On 1st and 10, hands off to Ron Harrison. And Harrison out to the 13-yard line. The 3rd year back out of Florida. A gain of 5, it'll be 2nd and 5. Steve Warner on the tackle. In his 8th year out of Temple, the strong safety. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Redskins. I just love saying Redskins. I love the uniforms. I love the helmet. They should have never changed. We all know that. On 2nd and 5, Sullivan, play action. And he's going to get sacked back at the 4-yard line. On the sack, Ryan Ginsberg, the 4th year defensive tackle out of Central Washington. A big time loss of yardage there. They're all the way back at the 4-yard line. A loss of 9 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 14. As Ginsberg comes in there and gets the big sack. We're coming up on 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Redskins up 7-0. Redskins come out in the I formation. Sullivan, play action from his end zone, throws to Vaden. And Justin Vaden out to the 8-yard line. Just a 4-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 10. And the Redskins are going to have to punt. K-Dog is from Illinois. He lives in Lincoln, Illinois. 4th and 10. And Jack Hamilton from his end zone gets the punt away. This will be fielded. Nice punt. Caldwell at the 30-yard line. Brings it back out to the 41. That was 70 yards in the air. The punt. Matthew Caldwell brings it back. And Philadelphia has relatively good field position at their own 41-yard line. 1:28 left here in the first quarter. Redskins up 7-0. the 6-6 Eagles, the 4-8 Redskins. If the Redskins lose, they will be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. If they win, they stay alive. However, they need a lot of help. Yes, you did on your way to Wisconsin. I remember that. Powell on 1st and 10 to Elliott, and Elliott out to the 49-yard line. A gain of 8 yards to Robert Elliott. It'll bring up 2nd and 2. Robert Foster on the tackle in his 3rd year out of Tennessee, the linebacker. Yeah, K-Doggy, Evil Dead, was in Wisconsin just a couple of months ago. He passed through that area. He was at a national pinball tournament with his son. On 2nd and 2, 4 receivers set wide. Powell in the shotgun. Powell to Elliott, and Robert Elliott gets a yard out to the 50-yard line. Now they say no gain. It'll be 3rd and 2. On the tackle, Brian Trickett, the rookie defensive end out of Ole Miss. It'll be 3rd and 2 for Philadelphia at the 50-yard line. In other words, it's not Chicago, right? 4 receivers set wide. Powell to Elliott up the middle, and Elliott to the 45-yard line. A gain of 5 yards and a Philadelphia first down. Yeah, Chicago has its problems right now. The problem with Chicago is they have all these left-wing Democrats running it. Just driving it into the ground with all their social policies. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Let me just ask, how's that working for you? This should be the last play of the quarter. Powell looking. Powell throws outside, incomplete. That's the end of the first quarter. Redskins up 7-0 here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 13 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the 2nd quarter. The Redskins lead the Eagles 7-0. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Philadelphia at the Washington 45-yard line. NFC East battle. Philadelphia, 1 game back of the Cowboys. Cowboys lead the division with a 7-5 record. Powell in the shotgun. Powell to Elliott up the middle, and Robert Elliott gets down to the 39. A gain of 6, it'll be 3rd and 4. Oh yeah, it doesn't take long. It's the same here. Nashville's getting kind of bad lately too. It's rural, and then all of a sudden, bang, there's Nashville. 3rd and 4 from the 39-yard line. Powell back, throws underneath the horn, out to the 34-yard line, a gain of 5. First down, Philadelphia. Of course, Nashville is nowhere as bad as New York or Chicago, but it does have its problems. Yeah, such a nice calm ride, and then this blows. Nashville's not that bad. Nashville's actually not bad. Nashville's a fun town. First and 10, Philadelphia. 4 receivers set wide. Powell in the gun. Powell to Elliott, and Robert Elliott gets down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. Robert Foster on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 6. Your son was like, Dad. I can imagine his reaction. On 2nd and 6 from the 30-yard line. Powell under center. Powell to Elliott, and Robert Elliott down to the 26. He's going to be very close. A gain of 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2. Mel Kaufman on the tackle, number 55 for the Redskins. In his 8th year out of Purdue. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Eagles in the I formation. Howell to Elliott up the middle, and Elliott gets a yard to the 25. It'll be 4th and 1. Raymond Ray on the tackle, number 91, in his 4th year out of Houston. Yeah, tough timing. I can imagine what that was like. Sunrise in Chicago. You don't hear roosters crowing, you hear gunshots. Dan Bailey will come on out. He's going to try a 42-yard field goal to get the Eagles on the board. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. The Eagles are on the board, but the Redskins still lead at 7-3 with 5:41 left to play here in the first half. We're live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 13 here at Jammin' Sports. We'll take a look at who these teams play next week. Philadelphia will be at Atlanta. And the Redskins next week will be at Carolina. For K-Doggy, his Buccaneers play at Green Bay later this week. We'll probably get to that game Saturday, I think. There's the kick. Fielded by Harrison, he'll take a knee. Touchback, and the Redskins will have it at the 25-yard line. Yeah. Really nice roads till you hit Chicago, I can imagine. So the Redskins still lead at 7-3, 5:41 left here in the first half. And they'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. The Redskins have to win to keep their very slim playoff hopes alive. And I'm talking razor thin slim. They need help. The Eagles trying to keep pace with the Cowboys. 1st and 10 from the 25. Sullivan to Ciali around the outside, and Dante Ciali has the first down out to the 35-yard line. A 10-yard gain, first down Redskins. Let's talk about tomorrow real quick. We'll have a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 8 o'clock Eastern time. We'll have the Bears playing the Ravens, and then the Bills will play the Browns. That's at 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Sullivan hands off to Ciali, and Ciali, no gain. On the tackle, Devontae Ross, the 5th-year linebacker out of North Carolina State. It'll be 2nd and 10. I was thinking the other day, Evil Dad, you've seen so many of these games. You're here almost every night that I am. I bet you have some of these rosters memorized too. I wouldn't doubt it. 4 receivers set wide, Sullivan in the gun. Sullivan to Harrison, and Harrison, no gain. You know, I'm embarrassed for my country that they're doing that. It's like a third world country. They always arrest the previous leader in some backwater country. They're afraid of him. It ain't going to hold up. Sullivan looking, throws outside to Harrison, and he steps out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 will be 4th and 6. I think the guy that the Democrats need to be afraid of is DeSantis, whatever his name is, the Florida guy. Well, exactly. That's exactly why this is coming up. They don't want him to run. The Redskins come up empty. It'll be 4th and 6. Hamilton bobbles the snap, gets the punt away. Fielded by Caldwell at the 13-yard line. Matthew Caldwell bringing it back out to the 28-yard line. Here's their game plan, Evil Dead. They want to keep him tied up in court where he can't run. Whether he's guilty or not. It's just a ploy to keep him from running. But they really need to be afraid of the other guys, like DeSantis and Pence. He threw his hat in the ring. 3 receivers to the far side. Powell and gun on 1st and 10. Powell to Elliott up the middle. And Elliott down to the 32-yard line. Again, of 4 yards, it'll be 2nd and 6. On the tackle, number 22, Sean Wright, the third-year safety out of Maryland. Yeah, Pence announced his candidacy late yesterday. Here's the thing, though. That may be true. Not for the reason you think, K-Dog. On 2nd and 6, Powell throws downfield, caught by Crane, and Chris Crane all the way down to the 43-yard line. A 25-yard gain by Christopher Crane, the 14th-year tight end out of Army. I'm just tired of all this left crap. I'm tired of this gender ideology nonsense. The men are women and women are men. It is being driven by the Democrats. This ideology, this drag queen mentality. And if the Republicans get in, it doesn't matter who, it will come to a screeching halt. Because that's the way they'll keep their voter base, by stopping all this crap. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Powell to Elliott. And Elliott gets a yard out to the 42-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. Cameron Wright, the rookie out of Oregon, making the tackle. Yeah, that's right. Done. Nothing to speak about. There are 2 genders. That's it. Deal with it. 2nd and 9 from the 42-yard line. Powell looking. Throws downfield. Incomplete. He was pressured. Trevont Wallace came in and applied the pressure. And that will bring up 3rd and 9 for the Eagles. With 2:41 left to play here in the first half. I'll share with you the ultimate irony right after this play. On 3rd and 9, Powell looking, throws. He's got a man open downfield, Whitney, and he's in for the touchdown. A.J. Whitney, 42 yards, the 5th-year receiver out of Nebraska. A 42-yard touchdown catch, and the Eagles take a 9-7 lead. He had a step. Here's let me get through the extra point and all that, and then I'll tell you the ultimate irony. A 42-yard touchdown catch by A.J. Whitney. And now Dan Bailey for the extra point to put the Eagles up by 3. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. Philadelphia leads at 10-7 with 2:34 left to play here in the first half, live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland, Week 13 here at Jammin' Sports. Here's the thing. They tell you all the time that we have to accept who they are, but meanwhile, they can't accept who they were or who they really are. That, to me, is irony. Trans women are women. No, you're a man pretending to be a woman. And if trans women are women, why the prefix trans? I digress. And they can't even tell you what a woman is. There's the kick. Fielded by Reed. That takes a knee. Touchback. 1st and 10. Have you seen Matt Walsh's documentary, What is a Woman? I've seen it twice now. It is just outstanding. You need to watch it if you haven't watched it. And he does not even attack them. He doesn't even come after them. All he does is ask them questions, and they hang themselves. He backs them into a corner by asking nonsensical questions, and they get backed into a corner. You need to watch the documentary. It is eye-opening. 1st and 10. Sullivan to Ciali. And And Ciali out to the 29-yard line. A gain of 4 will be 2nd and 6. It's eye-opening by the amount of so-called professionals, not just in the medical field, but in the education field, that are pushing this stuff. You need to watch it. It's 90 minutes. It's worth the watch. And you'll come away like, wow. On 2nd and 6, Sullivan steps up, throws outside, incomplete. And that'll stop the clock with 2:01 left. The 2-minute warning coming up after this play. It'll be 3rd and 6. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. In the documentary, he goes to Africa. That's the best part of the documentary. We'll have the 2-minute warning after this play. Sullivan throws downfield, caught by Say, all the way out to the 46-yard line. And that's the 2-minute warning. Eagles up 10-7 here at Javin Sports. And welcome back to FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 13 here at Javin Sports. In the documentary, he goes to Africa and he asks the African tribes. First he asks the men and then he asks the women if men can be women and vice versa. And they just look at him funny. 5 receivers set wide. Sullivan back. And it's incomplete. Broken up by Jacoby Bird, the second-year linebacker at Louisiana Lafayette. And they look at him like he's insane. And then he explains to them that's what's going on in America. And it's so funny. They go, well, we don't want to go to America then. But you really need to watch it if you get a chance. It's really good. 4 receivers set wide on 2nd and 10. Sullivan in the gun. Sullivan back, throws outside to Harrison, and Harrison out to the 49-yard line. A gain of 3, it'll be 3rd and 7. Well, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that one. Sullivan in the gun. Sullivan back, throws to Norris, and Norris down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 9, Redskin first down, James Norris. Redskins in the hurry-up. 1:25 and counting until halftime. 4 receivers set wide. Sullivan back. Sullivan throws, dumps it off to Harrison again. Down to the 37, a gain of 3. And it looks like the Redskins are going to slow it down. A gain of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. 1:09 and counting. Here in the first half, Philadelphia up 10-7. Four receivers set wide. Sullivan under center. Sullivan drops back, steps up, throws downfield, dumps off to Ciali, and Dante Ciali all the way down to the 26-yard line. A gain of 11 yards, and the Redskins take a timeout. What is my favorite type of ice cream? I don't know if I have one, to be honest with you. I don't eat ice cream very much. I really don't. I don't eat it much. I like, chocolate chip mint. I like that. Whenever I go to a Baskin Robbins, it's not very often. I like the mint trans vanilla. Oh my gosh, that's funny. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Sullivan, incomplete. Trans vanilla. Trans vanilla is vanilla. Don't kid. Don't offend us. We're sensitive. That was classic. Trans vanilla. 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line. Oh my goodness. Sullivan in the gun. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Throws downfield, caught by Swift, all the way down to the 12-yard line, a 14-yard gain, and the Redskins take a timeout. I can see it now. You go into a Baskin Robbins, there's a big tub of chocolate, And it says Trans Vanilla. I could just see it now. First and 10 for the Redskins at their 12-yard line. Trans Vanilla. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. I'm crying over here. That's funny. Whew. 39 seconds left until halftime. The Redskins trying to either tie it up or take the lead here going into half. Sullivan in the shotgun. Sullivan drops back, throws outside to Swift. Down to the 10-yard line, a gain of 2. It should be rainbow. It should be Neapolitan. It should be Neapolitan. Oh my goodness. A gain of 2 would be second and 8. I won't be able to look at ice cream again the same way ever again. You've ruined ice cream for me now. I can't eat it anymore. I'll be asking, what is this really? You say it's Rocky Road, but what is it really? Where do these parts come from? Oh my goodness. We're coming up on halftime. It'll be second and 8. Redskins in the hurry up. Sullivan in the gun. Sullivan back. Sullivan steps up. He's going to take off. Makes the move. And he gets down to the 1-yard line. They take a timeout. The Eagles keep him from getting in. And they take a timeout with 3 seconds left. They'll have to kick the field goal. So the Redskins should be able to tie it up here going into halftime. That was a nice juke. So Mike Bragg will come out, and this will be an 18-yard field goal attempt to tie up the game going into halftime. Redskins have played the Eagles tough. Beat men. Mike Bragg, the 5th-year kicker out of Air Force, from 18 yards. The kick is up, and it's good. We go to halftime. Your halftime score, Philadelphia 10, Washington 10, here at Jammin' Sports. Back to FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 13 here at Jammin' Sports. Eagles and the Redskins, we're tied at 13. I'm sorry, it's week 13. We're tied at 10. Philadelphia comes in at 6-6. The Redskins at 4-8. Philadelphia just 1 game behind Dallas in the NFC East. The Cowboys play at Cincinnati later this week. So Philadelphia will get the ball first here in the third quarter. There's the kickoff by Bragg. Fielded by Harper in the end zone, touchback. And the Eagles will have it at the 25-yard line. So Robert Elliott, the running back, there's his numbers for the first half. Eagles offense comes out in a tie ball game. Caden Powell, the quarterback, in his second year out of Kentucky. We should have time to do hockey after this. I know the baseball game ran long, but we'll still get a hockey game in. First and 10 from the 25-yard line. Powell under center. Powell drops back. Throws downfield. Caught by Horn. Rolls out of bounds at the 38-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Philadelphia. And Gracie's in the house. Come over here and say hi, Gracie.
Hi.
Say it closer.
Hi.
There you go. Gracie's in the house. First down, Philadelphia. Birthday. Okay. First and 10, Philadelphia. 4 receivers set wide. Powell in the gun on first and 10. Powell to Elliott. And Elliott trying to get outside. He's going to be hit for a 3-yard loss on the tackle there. That's Sean Wright, the third-year safety out of Maryland, on the safety blitz. Gets Robert Elliott for a 3-yard loss. It's all right. She left the room. She's watching her K-pop. She watches that stuff constantly. She also likes to watch the Korean dramas on Netflix. Luckily, they have subtitles, but she likes to watch those. On 2nd and 14, Powell in the gun. Powell to Elliott around the outside, and Elliott's going nowhere. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 14. Yeah, mint chocolate chip. I like that flavor. That'd be mine. That'd be my favorite. But to be honest with you, you can ask Misty. I don't eat ice cream very often. I don't like cake. I like pie. I love pie. But I don't like cake too much, and I really don't like ice cream. You switch to Korean soap operas? 3rd and 14. Powell back to throw. Looks downfield, throws deep, and is caught by Desmond Woolfolk all the way down to the 25-yard line. A 40-yard reception to Desmond Woolfolk is actually a 41-yard reception. The second-year receiver out of Chattanooga. Misty. I said Misty. I don't know how he caught that. He was well covered. Sean Wright was on him like a blanket, but he still caught it. And now the Eagles have it at the Redskin 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Powell fakes the handoff, throws downfield, wide open in the end zone. Joe Horn, I mean, he was wide open in the back of the end zone. So wide open, he had to wait for the football. Wow. And now the Eagles take a 16-10 lead on the touchdown catch by Joe Horn. And now they want to review it. Oh, he definitely got his feet in. Okay, Doggy, I think every sport has had somebody who's gay. You know what I find really interesting? And I'll tell you after we get the replay here. Really on the field stands. It's a touchdown. And the Eagles lead it 16-10. 5:59 left to play. Tom Brady is... Wait for Davis to come in the house before you do that. Kick is up, and it's good. Eagles lead it 17-10. 5:59 left to play. Here in the third quarter, live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland, Week 13 here at Jammin' Sports. The thing that I find really interesting lately is a lot of these gay activists are now coming out, and they're turning on the trans community. They say that they don't represent us. This drag queen stuff in front of kids, and the men saying they're women and vice versa. A lot of the gay community now is separating themselves from all this mess. They're eating their own. Let's just put it that way. Got a really good trivia question for you after this kickoff. Eagles lead it 17-10. They'll kick off. Snyder will kick. Fielded by Harrison at the 8-yard line. And Ron Harrison brings it out to the 30. First down, Redskins. All right, here's my trivia question for you. What college football program has the most national championships? And I'll let you know right now, it's not what you think. In history, in all of history, What college football program has the most national championships? And they have 28 of them. Do you know who it is? It is not Alabama. You'll never guess who it is unless you look it up. 4 receivers set wide. Sullivan in the gun. Sullivan looking, throws, gets it out to Norris, down to the 38-yard line. A gain of 8 to James Norris. It's not LSU. This college football program has 28 national championships. It's not Yale. But Evil Dead's getting close. 2nd and 2 from the 38-yard line. This is a great trivia question. Sullivan to Ciali around the outside. And Ciali gets out to the 41-yard line. No, it's not Georgia. First down, Redskins. Dante Ciali, the 6th-year running back out of Marshall. We're coming up on 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. You're going to be shocked at the answer to this question. It's not Illinois. "28 national championships." So you figure they've been around a while. They've been around a long time. The answer to this question. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Sullivan to Ciali up the middle, and Dante Ciali out to the 47, a gain of 6. Just in football. What college football program has the most national championships in history? And they have 28 of them. It's not Yale. But you're close. 4 receivers set wide. It's in the same league. Sullivan to Harrison up the middle. And Harrison out to the 45. That'll be a gain of 8 yards and a Redskin first down. It's an Ivy League team. Yeah, they have 28 Hall of Fame inductees. But what school in the Ivy League has the most national championships of any college program in the country? 4 receivers set wide. Sullivan in the gun. Sullivan to Harrison. And Harrison inside the 40. Yale has 18. But this team has 28. A gain of 5, it'll be 2nd and 5. Vince Armstrong on the tackle. Actually, Kenneth Armstrong, I'm sorry. The 5th-year linebacker out of East Carolina. It's an Ivy League school. Princeton, yes. Princeton has 28 national championships. Now, the caveat to that is a majority of those came in the late 1800s, before a lot of these other schools were around. It's Princeton with 28. More than Alabama, more than Ohio State. On 2nd and 5 from the 40, Sullivan back, throws underneath, incomplete. It is Princeton with 28 of them. But a vast majority of them were before 1920. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Redskins at the Philadelphia 40-yard line. Philadelphia up 17-10. It is crazy. Sullivan in the gun. Only 15 recognized in the modern era. Well, even then, it's still a shocking one that Yale will be the next one up. Well, that is true, Evil Dead, if you want to get technical about it. 13 of them were before the NCAA was officially a thing. First and 10 from the 28-yard line. Sullivan under center. Sullivan to Ciali up the middle, and Dante Ciali down to the 20-yard line, a gain of 8. It'll bring up 2nd and 1. They played Davis before that, so it don't count. First down, Redskins. They're trying to tie this game up. The Redskins trying to be spoilers for Philadelphia here. Second and 1 for Washington from the Philadelphia 20-yard line. Redskins come out in the I formation. Sullivan hands off to Ciali up the middle, and Dante Ciali making his way down to the 15-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5 yards and a Redskin first down. It says Davis is here. All right. Well, Davis, if you're here, good to see you, man. Davis likes to watch in silence a lot. But that's okay. He likes to talk only when his Patriots are playing or somebody that he wants to murder, death, kill. I'll do a hockey game tonight when this game's over. Coming up on 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Philadelphia on the move. First and 10 for the 15. 4 receivers set wide. Sullivan under center. Sullivan hands off to Ciali again, and he gets a yard down to the 14-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. A minute 35 and counting. 4 receivers set wide. Sullivan under center. Sullivan to Ciali again, and Dante Ciali down to the 10-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 4 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. Kenneth Armstrong, the linebacker, on the tackle. In his first year with the Eagles, he spent 4 years with Miami prior to this. Third quarter winding down. We're about a minute left. Redskins trying to tie it up. 3rd and 5 from the Philadelphia 10. Sullivan back, looking in trouble, and he gets popped, incomplete. He got hit as he threw, and that'll bring up 4th and 5. And that'll stop the clock with 56 seconds left. He got sandwiched. That's a good question. Mike Bragg, this will be from 27 yards. Kicks up, and it's good. So the Redskins score, but the Eagles still lead it 17-13. 53 seconds left here in the third quarter. We're live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 13 here at Jammin' Sports. So the Redskins have made it a 4-point game. Still a lot of time left. 53 seconds left here in the third. Jack Hamilton will kick off, the rookie out of Mississippi State. We will have hockey after this tonight. I'll tell you who that is in a second. There's the kick. Fielded by Harper, brings it out 5 yards deep over the 20, 25. And Harper brings it all the way out to the 29-yard line. That's Mark Harper, the second-year receiver out of California, on the return. We will have hockey tonight. We'll have a game for you when this is over. We have time to get one in. Who will it be? Oh, it'll be Colorado at the Islanders. We get to see the New York Islanders tonight, hosting the Avalanche. That'll be after this game. And then tomorrow we have an NFL doubleheader at 8 o'clock Eastern time. It'll be the Bears and the Ravens, followed by the Bills and the Browns. That'll be tomorrow. First and 10 from the 29. Powell, three-step drop, throws underneath the Woolfolk, and Desmond Woolfolk out to the 38. That'll be a gain of 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1. The second-year receiver out of Chattanooga. Most likely, yes. We get the hockey games in when we can. 2nd and 1 from the 38-yard line. Powell in the gun. Whitney in motion. Powell throws and it's knocked down, incomplete. Cameron Cole knocked it down. the 7th-year safety out of Chattanooga. Gracie's back in the house. Say hi, Gracie.
Hi.
Evil Dead misspelled your name a moment ago. I can't even pronounce what he wrote. 3rd and 1 from the 38-yard line. 14 seconds left here in the third quarter. 3 receivers to the near side. Powell in the shotgun. Powell to Elliott. And Elliott out to the 41-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be a Philadelphia first down. And that will do it for the third quarter. Eagles up 17-13 here at Javin Sports. Welcome back to FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland, right outside our nation's capital. The Eagles and the Redskins. Philadelphia comes in at 6-6. The Redskins at 4-8. Philadelphia just one game behind Dallas in the NFC East. They lead at 17-13. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. I'll touch on that in a second, K-Doggy. Powell under center. Powell to Elliott up the middle, and Robert Elliott out to the 49-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and inches. Well, Dan Snyder is selling the team. The NFL is kind of forcing him to. And they've got a buyer all lined up. It's all going through the process right now. It should be done by the time the season begins. The new owner does not like the current name. I can't even say it. 2nd and inches from the 49-yard line. Powell in the gun. Powell throws underneath. Incomplete. Cameron Cole knocked it away. It'll be 3rd and inches. So we'll keep an eye on that. I think their current name is stupid. And a lot of the fan base thinks the same thing. I wish they'd change it back to the Redskins. I wish the NFL would grow a pair and let them change it back to the Redskins. On 3rd and inches, Powell under center. Powell, 3-step drop. He gets sacked. Mel Kaufman back at the 47-yard line. That'll be a 4-yard loss. It'll be 4th and 4. But the even bigger story, I shared this with Evil Dead today. The really big story that's developed in the last couple of days, and I'll talk about it after the punt. Chris Snyder will be back to punt for Philadelphia. Gets the punt away. And that's going to go in the end zone touchback. And the Redskins will have it at the 20-yard line down by 4. Is that there's now legal action pending, and EA Sports might not be able to make a college football game after all because they're not paying the players enough. It's this NIL thing. I sent Evil Dead the great article today. He had a chance to read it. And this may stop EA from putting out a college football game again. The players want more money. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Sullivan in the shotgun. Sullivan back. Sullivan throws downfield to Virgil Say down to the 45-yard line. Virgil Say, the 7th-year receiver out of Oregon State, 25 yards and a Redskin first down. See, the problem is there's so many more players in college football than the NFL. In the NFL, you only have 32 teams. And EA Sports pays the players union a lump sum that gets divvied up evenly. And that lump sum ends up being about $17,000 per player, which is a pretty good chunk of change. On 1st and 10, Sullivan back. Sullivan steps up. Sullivan's got the first down, scrambling downfield, all the way down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 25 yards for Kurt Sullivan, the 9th-year quarterback out of Florida State. Under the agreement that EA Sports has, when you divvy up the numbers or the money, it's only about $500 per player, because there's just a boatload of college players. There's 113 Division I schools, and each of them have more than a 53-man roster, more like 60 or more. So it's going to cost EA a big chunk of change if they want to pursue the college football game. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Sullivan in the shotgun. Sullivan back, looking, steps up, and he gets tripped up and sacked back at the 33-yard line. Lawrence Moon, the 4th-year defensive end out of Navy, on the sack, a loss of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4. The Eagles lead by 4. The Redskins need a touchdown on this drive to take the lead. And the clock is running. About 5:45 and counting. So that'll be an interesting story to watch. The college football NIL rights in EA Sports. I don't know if they would have to, if they're going to pay him comparable to the NFL, they'd have to fork out like $1 billion. Sullivan throws to Novares, and he's in for a touchdown. A 33-yard touchdown catch by Roman Novares, the 8th-year receiver out of Miami. 33 yards, and the Redskins take the lead, 19-17. The 8th-year receiver out of the University of Miami. He's been with the Redskins his entire career. Roman Novares is his name. And now Mike Bragg will come on for the extra point to put the Redskins up by 3. Evil Dead had picked the Redskins in this one. It's up, and it's good. Redskins lead at 20-17. 5:22 left to play. We're in the 4th quarter. Live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 13 here at Jammin' Sports. We'll have the Bears and the Ravens tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern, followed by the Bills and the Browns. As we continue with Week 13, we'll have a triple header for you Saturday as well. It'll be wall-to-wall sports Saturday again. We'll also have Game 4 of the World Series for you Saturday and Game 5 on Sunday. How come the Redskins-related baseball team get affected? I'm not sure I understand the question. Fielded by Caldwell at the 5-yard line over the 20, 25, and Matthew Caldwell out to the 31-yard line. So Philadelphia now down by 3 with 5:17 left, and they'll start from their own 31-yard line. How come the Redskins-related baseball team get affected? Oh, the Indians. Well, that's the Cleveland Indians. Now, there wasn't as much pressure on Cleveland. The Indians did that to themselves. Changed themselves to the Guardians, which was even stupider. One of the best baseball movies ever made was Major League with the Indians. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Caden Powell back, looking. He's going to throw it deep. And it's caught by Joe Horn down to the 3-yard line. Are you kidding me? Joe Horn from the 31 to the 3-yard line. I got to work out the yardage. Let's see, 47 and 19. 56 yards on the play to Joe Horn all the way down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Philadelphia. And this Redskin lead is going to be short-lived. Powell in the shotgun on 1st and goal. Powell looking, throws to Crane, touchdown, Philadelphia. It took the Eagles 2 plays. Christopher Crane, the 14th year tight end out of Army. A 3-yard touchdown catch. And Philadelphia retakes the lead. 23-20 with the extra point coming. Now with the Cleveland Indians, there was some pressure from the outside, but not as much as the Redskins got. But I have an even better question after the extra point here. Dan Bailey for the PAT. Kick is up, and it's good. Where have these activists been when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs, the Atlanta Braves? I'm just saying. Florida State Seminoles. I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there. You see how political correctness is stupid? Political correctness is just a polite way of saying censorship. That's all it is. I don't believe in it. I don't put up with it. I'm not going to play that game. Eagles lead it 24-20 with 4:40 left. Chris Snyder will kick off. The Redskins are down by 4 once again. Fielded by Harrison, 2 yards deep over the 10, 15, 20, 25. Out to the 26-yard line. I'll give you a brutally honest answer, K-Dog. No. I don't even watch the real NFL anymore because I don't like what it's become. I like my NFL better. You know how many complete NFL football games I've watched in the last 5 years? Maybe 1. I caught the end of the Super Bowl the last couple of years, but I just don't watch. It's the NFL. It's gotten stupid for several reasons. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. 5 receivers set wide. Sullivan in the gun. Sullivan back. Throws downfield. Caught by Harrison. Down to the 36. A gain of 9 to Ron Harrison. It'll be 2nd and inches. 4:20 and counting. Let me count the reasons why I don't like the NFL. Number 1, the 17-game season. 16 was perfect. They didn't need the 17th game. That's just one. I'll keep going. 4 receivers set wide. Sullivan in the gun. Sullivan looking, throws underneath to Vaden. And Vaden gets 5 yards out to the 41-yard line. First down, Philadelphia. Reason number 2, all the overseas games that rob teams of a home game. Too many overseas games. Either put a team in London or don't. And they'll never put a team in London. The logistics are just too awful. Reason number 3, the gimmicks. Every team has like 14 different uniforms. So nobody has an identity anymore. 1st and 10, Sullivan in the gun. Sullivan back, looking, throws inside to Harrison, down to the 43-yard line. A gain of 16 yards, first down Redskins into Philadelphia territory. 3:22 and counting. When I started watching football as a wee lad, teams had 2 uniforms, home and away. Now they have like 1 for every game. Now the Jaguars, they're going to be updating their stadium. They're not going to be playing in London anymore once that happens. On 1st and 10 from the 43, Sullivan back. Throws downfield to Say. And Virgil Say down to the 27-yard line. A gain of 16 yards and a Redskin first down. Under 3 minutes left to play. Another reason I stopped watching the NFL, the players kneeling and nobody doing anything about it. You can kneel on your own time. You know what would happen if I kneeled in my job? I'd get fired in a heartbeat. I would never kneel. I have too much respect for this country and for those who fought and died for it. First and 10 from the 27. Sullivan, incomplete, and that'll stop the clock with 2:36 left. And the virtue signaling messages on the field, there's another reason why I don't like the NFL today. I can go on and on and on. The Thursday night football games, I don't like those. Second and 10 from the 27. Sullivan on second and 10 throws. It's intercepted by the Eagles. Earl Boone, the fourth-year defensive back out of North Texas, picks it up with 2:31 left. Colin Kaepernick. Now I got to give him props where props are due. He's made a career out of playing the victim. He's done a great job. Yeah, he'll come across as a victim. Do you know his life story? He was adopted by two very wealthy white people, brought up in an affluent neighborhood, went to an affluent school. He went to Stanford, of all places. And he wants to come across as a victim. I'm sorry, I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid. I'm just not. He is absolutely evil dead. And he's made a nice career for himself playing the victim. People eat it up. First and 10 from the 22-yard line. Howell to Elliott up the middle. And Elliott gets down to the 34-yard line. A 12-yard gain by Robert Elliott. First down, Philadelphia. I don't know if you saw that interview that Kaepernick had about a year ago. I think it was with 60 Minutes. He threw his parents under the bus. I wanted to reach through the screen and choke him. Talk about ungrateful. And we've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Eagles up 24-20 here at Cabin Sports. Two minutes left. The Eagles lead at 24-20. And I'm not going to support anything he does. I'm diametrically opposed to everything that he does and stands for. People like him that just want to stir the pot because it means more money for them. First and 10 from the 34-yard line. Powell to Elliott and Robert Elliott to the 37. The Redskins take a timeout. If they can force a punt, the Redskins will get the ball back with one more shot. If Philadelphia gets a first down here, the game's over. Eagles up 24-20. A minute 56 left. Hockey up next. It'll be Colorado at the New York Islanders. We'll get a hockey game in. Eagles come out in the I formation, a minute 56 left. Second and 7. Powell hands off to Elliott. And Elliott plows forward down to the 38-yard line. A gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 6. Remember about a year ago, Kaepernick had like auditions. He was going to have like an open audition for himself to see if any NFL teams were interested. That was just a PR stunt to keep him relevant again. He did that for one reason and one reason only. So he could sit there and complain that nobody came out to watch him. So he could play the victim again. In the background, the cash registers are ringing. He's such a putz. On 3rd and 6 from the 38-yard line. Wells in motion. Powell to Elliott up the middle. And it's a timeout. It'll be 4th and 3. So the Eagles force a timeout, and the Redskins are going to have to punt. The Raiders were the only team that sent a representative. He didn't get signed. They're the only team that took them seriously. It was a PR stunt, plain and simple. And from by all accounts, the people that watched it, he didn't perform very well. He just wanted to be able to say, oh, look at me. No one wants to come watch me. Snyder back to punt. Gets the punt away. Into the end zone, touchback. And now the Redskins with 1:40 and no timeouts. They're down by 4. They need a touchdown. The Redskins have one more shot. As Kurt Sullivan comes back out, the 9th-year quarterback out of Florida State. I know. That's because Madden, they're virtue signaling too, just like the NFL does. At least Madden 19 and 20 does not have the stupid things in the end zone, end racism and all that. You want to end racism? Stop bringing it up. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Sullivan throws to Norris down to the 37-yard line. A gain of 17 yards and a Redskin first down. Redskins in the hurry up. 1:25 encountered. Sullivan back. Sullivan throws to Vaden, and Justin Vaden down to the 49. A gain of 12. First down Redskins. They're on the move. They need a touchdown. From their own 49-yard line, Sullivan in the gun. Takes the snap. Looking. Throws deep. He's got a man. Say all the way down. No, he can't hold on. Incomplete. It was broken up by Corey Turner, the second-year defensive back out of Minnesota. It'll be 2nd and 10. That'll stop the clock with 1:05 left. The Redskins can still pull this one out. They have time. They don't have any timeouts, though. Before he got stupid, I liked him as a player. On 2nd and 10, incomplete. Looking for Justin Vaden. And to be honest with you, I think he got shafted by the 49ers. When he got injured, they brought the other guy in. I forget who they brought in offhand. And then they wouldn't bring him in off the bench. They wouldn't give him his job back. I thought he was a very dynamic quarterback when he played before he got stupid and started kneeling. 3rd and 10 from the 49-yard line. Sullivan in the shotgun on 3rd and 10. Sullivan back. Sullivan throws wide open. Harrison inside the 20. Ron Harrison down to the 17-yard line. A 22-yard gain by Ron Harrison. Redskins with 45 seconds. Sullivan will probably spike it right here. He does. And that will stop the clock with 42 seconds left. The Redskins can pull this one out. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the Eagles' 17-yard line. They need a touchdown. I was actually rooting for the 49ers in that Super Bowl against the Ravens when he played. Sullivan back. Sullivan rolls out. And Sullivan throws, dumps it off to Norris. And he gets pushed out of bounds at the 6-yard line. A gain of 11. 1st and goal, Redskins. Well, that could be Evil Dead, and that could be. Like I said, I felt bad for him at the time. But now I don't feel bad for him at all. Because think about it. Somebody just doesn't do that overnight. I mean, he must have been a scumbag all along. An entitled scumbag. If anybody lived the American dream, he did. And he wants to turn around and bash it. I'm sorry, I have no respect for the man. 1st and goal, Redskins at the Philadelphia 6 with 33 seconds left. Sullivan under center. Norris in motion. Sullivan drops back, throws to the near side to Roan. It's a fumble, and it's out of bounds. It'll be a touchback. Are you kidding me? The Redskins are finding new and interesting ways to lose games. They fumble this through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. What a way to lose the game. Brad Roan had it. And he was nailed by Jacoby Bird. And he fumbles through the end zone. Touchback. And that's how you lose the game. Oh my goodness. Philadelphia will get it now. It'll be a touchback at the 20-yard line. 28 seconds left. Washington's out of timeouts. Inventive ways to lose. Look up the Redskins. In the victory formation, Powell takes a knee. Philadelphia will go to 7-6. The Redskins will drop to 4-9. The Redskins are now officially eliminated from the playoffs. Fumble through the end zone. Wow. Final seconds are ticking away. Your final score: Philadelphia 24, Washington 20. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. We have hockey up next. We'll see you then.